I'm Liz Reason. I'm a registered dietitian and I help women to increase energy, balance their hormones, and just overall improve their relationship with their body and food because I think it's something that we have kind of been pushed away from kind of from the beginning as women. A lot of women, actually, the majority have had disordered eating in the past, and we just really don't get that full knowledge and understanding of our hormones, our body, and also food. What should you be eating to feel better? And what does a good diet look like for you? Because we know there's plenty of fad diets out there to follow, but really figuring out what's going to be sustainable for you, what do you feel good eating, and what do you enjoy eating? So, all of this is possible. Today, the topic I want to talk about is something that I have always had a big passion for because it's something that affects each and every one of us. So there's not one person that does not benefit from what I'm going to talk about today, not one person who shouldn't be thinking and learning more about my topic today. So that is one reason why I absolutely love it. The other reason is because if you've heard people say, eat the rainbow, this is why. So it sounds like a very easy solution here, but let's dive deeper because eat the rainbow is not motivating to you, right? You're like, sure, eat a variety of colors, got it. But that's not something that's really going to stick with you. And so I want to talk and dive deeper into that and kind of give you some visuals and analogies so that it really sticks with you why antioxidants are important. And so, antioxidants, if you've heard about those, they are found in our food, specifically our plants. And that is because antioxidants give plants their color. But what they really are meant to do is not just make them colorful, but is to give them protection and give plants protection against everything that they have to be in their life, which is like air, oxygen, wind, rain, the environment, but also pests, things that are trying to eat them. So antioxidants in some of our food can make it more bitter. So think of things that you might think of as smelly or bitter, like vegetables, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, kale, those types of foods. The antioxidants in there are actually very high, but they're giving it the bitter component. So, yes, to us, they're not the most flavorful, maybe, but they are bitter for a reason, and that's actually their benefit. So, to a plant, they're bitter, and so different animals and pests don't want to eat them. But for us, that bitterness actually comes into our body and becomes the antioxidants that are fighting damage. They are fighting chemicals. They are fighting breakdown in our body. They are balancing hormones. They are helping on so many different levels. So let's talk about that and kind of understand why these things are important for each and every one of us. So, as I said in the beginning, I work with women specifically, and I work with women to not only balance their hormones, heal symptoms that are maybe chronic that they've been dealing with, such as fatigue, so tiredness, irregular cycles, painful periods, bloating, GI issues like that, poor sleep, so many different things. Weight, stubborn weight. That's usually one that's on everybody's list of issues that they want to solve. So in regards to that, weight is definitely something that I work with women on. However, I help women to really shift their mindset around weight and understand why weight is there, why that weight is so stubborn, why the body won't release it with a new exercise or really cutting down on your calories or food intake. There's a lot more to the body than just calories in, calories out. So that is really what I do. What I work with women on is helping them and working with them through what I call the foundations of hormone balance to get you to that place where you have more energy, you feel like yourself again, and you're able to see your body and the scale move. But throughout that, it's really the journey that I am passionate about. It's helping you to learn and understand how all of these different areas of our body are actually related. So, how those gut issues that you have are related to your hormone imbalances, and how your headaches that you're having are related to sensitivities and inflammation within your immune system. So, it's a lot of fun to really learn, and if that's the population that I work with. So if you're not interested in learning, first of all, you're probably not listening to this because I'm teaching you about stuff. But if this sounds interesting to you, you want to keep learning more, I'm going to share more here on inflammation and antioxidants. But if this does sound like something that you're interested in, you finally want to take that new approach, that approach that's going to stick with you for life, the things that you are going to learn and just really to enjoy the process of changing and not feel like you're in this restricted diet for a period of time before you can finally go back to what you like and enjoy. Let's work through the process, figure out how you can combine both of those things. You know, you're doing stuff for your body, you're seeing changes in your body, but you're also enjoying, you're living your life in between. Because I do want to say, I know a lot of women right now, or people in general actually, are kind of being like, well, the holidays are so close. Let's just wait until January 1st before I do anything. I'm just going to whatever, not care until January 1st. That's 2 months away. That's 2 whole months of your life. You don't want to sit there dealing with annoying symptoms of bloating and GI issues and headaches and fatigue and hormone issues for 2 whole months when you could do something about it right now. You can start making that change and you can still enjoy the holidays. Trust me, I enjoy the holidays. I love chocolate. I drink wine. I You can do all of those things and be working on your body and seeing changes. So, okay, that was my tangent with the holidays coming. But antioxidants and inflammation. So, my best analogy that you can totally relate to is think of an apple and cut the apple in half and let half of that apple sit out. And it does not take long before you start to see it brown, right? And you come back to that apple maybe in 2 hours and it is like all brown on the outside. Or maybe a food that we all love a little bit more these days is avocado. Same thing. You cut an avocado, you let that half of avocado sit out in the oxygen in the air, you're going to see that browning occur. What that is oxidation. And so when you hear the word antioxidant, it is literally fighting oxidation. And so that oxidation, that browning that we see in our food is happening in our body and you can't stop it. So it's a little freaky. I know it's not something you necessarily want to know. Ignorance is bliss, right? Not my motto. Um, so that oxidation technically is happening within our body. So part of that is just our natural aging process. And it's not something we want to talk about, but all of us are aging and we can't stop that. And what goes along with that aging process is our cells. Our cells, our tissues, of everything has lifespans. And our cells will die. And when they die, they need to be taken out of their body. Otherwise, they can cause damage. We've got lots of environmental changes, unfortunately, nowadays. We've got chemicals and pesticides and pollution and things like that in our air, in our water, in our food, in our personal care products. So we can't avoid that environmental stuff either. Even if somebody is 100%, organic and clean and green, and you're still getting these chemicals and pollution. It's just part of our environment. And so that comes into our body. That creates some oxidation. We've also got chemicals that are maybe not only coming from outside but are produced internally. So we've got natural chemicals our body produces with everything from metabolism, so basic energy source, so metabolism, and also our hormones and things like our neurotransmitters, those hormones that are produced specifically to our stress hormone. So think of the holidays coming up. We want to be working on stuff right now because we know stress is just going to kind of keep coming up and increasing a little bit. And that is creating more inflammation, more chemicals within the body that need to be fought. We need to be doing something to help balance out and clean out. And that does not mean we have to do some big juice cleanse come January 1st. That means we need to be working on that stuff right now because, as I said, we cannot avoid it. It is there every single day. And so, really taking that understanding and that responsibility for our health, even if you don't have a certain symptom that you're dealing with or a chronic disease or something like that, it's for every single one of us needs to be aware and really working and mindful of inflammation in our body, stress, because we all have stress, we can't avoid it, and just working to make sure that we're bringing in the right nutrients and the right amount of antioxidants to help us to fight those things off and stay as healthy as possible. So this is where I really stress with my clients and why I want every single client that comes to me to work with me through the foundations of hormone balance, work with me through inflammation, through nutrient status, through digestion and gut health, through the microbiome, through hormone balance, because they all are connected. So even if you come to me and you're like, I think I have food sensitivities, I want to work on that in my gut health. Okay, but we need to do all of this because just that one piece, if you do have food sensitivities, you've already affected all of these other areas of the body. So it is important if you want to be healed and healthy and then maintain that, you need to work on the body as a whole. You can't just pick one symptom, you can't just pick one diagnosis and think that by solving that or doing something, you're going to heal and support your entire body. It's really about taking that whole body approach and understanding how all of them are, everything is connected and how food can help us in that. And also, I don't just do food, even though I'm a dietitian, I make sure that we're bringing in the lifestyle approach. We're bringing in our own relationship with our body and self, our mind, our stress, our emotions, because all of those really do play a role in our nutrient status, which sounds kind of crazy, but it is all related. We have one body. So no matter what symptom or diagnosis we're dealing with that whole body. Okay, so that's why it's important. So antioxidants, again, think of that apple browning, think of that avocado browning, that oxygen is happening within our body, and antioxidants that give plants those beautiful colors or flavors. Um, for example, like cauliflower or white onions, those are white in color, but they actually have a lot of antioxidants. So it's either flavor or color or texture, something like that. It's something that is protecting the plant. That is what the antioxidants are. So there is a whole color wheel that I go through with my clients in the Foundational Hormone Balance program so that you learn that whole color wheel and understand how all of these different types of foods are going to give you different benefits. Because depending on the antioxidant, they're going to be doing something different in the body. Some work on circulation, some work on hormones, some work on digestion and gut health, some work on the immune system. So we want to be bringing in all of these because, again, one body. We need to be doing everything we can to support the body as a whole. So the thing that you can do right now, what you can take away and start working on this week would be getting a variety of colors into your diet. And I want actual food. I don't want you to be going and getting like just a greens powder or hey, a berry powder that says antioxidants. I want the real food. Okay. That is the important part that you're actually making changes to your diet. You're not just adding a supplement in. Okay. Um, and then what you can do is if you did really enjoy learning and kind of understanding more depth as to what food is doing in our body and taking that responsibility, not only for yourself, but something that as you learn it, you can share it with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones, which whoever it is that you can also benefit. So it's not just you that by joining and working with me and learning all of this, you can actually help all of those around you too. So I think that's a pretty cool um, just thing to keep in mind here. So I will leave you here. I will not take any more time, but shoot me a message if you want to just talk or if you have any questions. And then I'll also put a link where you can watch more information on my Foundations of Hormone Balance program and my method and working together. And then you can also apply to work with me. And so if you fill out that short application form to work with me, then I'll be in touch and we'll schedule time to talk over the phone. And then as we talk over the phone, we can figure out if we'd be a good fit to work together and kind of talk more about the program and you can get started. All right. So again, do not wait. I know the holidays seem close. They are 2 full months away before that January 1st when you would, make changes. That is a long time. That is 2 months of your life. So please do not wait until January 1st. Okay. Thanks for listening. I'll be back soon.